Effective writing. How to write a paragraph. In this video lesson, you will learn how to write a paragraph from the basics. You will learn what is a topic sentence, what are supporting sentences, and what is a concluding sentence. Also, you will learn how to have unity and coherence in your paragraph to make it effective. Are you ready? Rhetorical focus. Review of paragraph structure. A paragraph is a group of sentences about a topic. A typical paragraph begins with a topic sentence which introduces the topic. The sentences that follow support the idea in the topic sentence with explanations, reasons, and other details. The concluding sentence brings the paragraph to an end. Formatting a paragraph. Leave 1-inch margins on the left and right side of the page. Indent the first sentence. The rest of the sentences follow each other, so that the paragraph looks like a square with a little space taken out of the corner. Double space your paragraph. Exercise 2. Identifying the elements of a student paragraph. A. Read the paragraph. Then, label the formatting elements of the paragraph. Use the letters in the box. A. Double spacing. B. Margin. C. Indent. Look at the paragraph and figure out where A, B, and C go on the numbers given on the left. The Iceman. Whenever I remember my experience in flight school, I think of my instructor because he taught me how to fly a jet. His nickname was Iceman because he was always calm. This was a positive characteristic because he had to teach students not to panic in a dangerous situation. For example, one time I made a big mistake while we were flying in the clouds. Most instructors would take control and fix the situation, but not Iceman. He just gave instructions to fix the problem. I corrected the mistake and gained confidence in my abilities. I will always remember his quiet, clear voice and the black aviator glasses that he wore. He was a special person in my life, and I hope that someday I will see him again and thank him for helping me realize my dream of flying solo and becoming a real pilot. Isn't that an excellent story? It must be so nice to have such an interesting person to be a teacher, trainer, and instructor as a role model. And also to have gratitude. That means being thankful to someone who taught you valuable life lessons by setting an example. Now, let us learn some of the key words and its antonyms, meaning its opposite words to enrich your word power. Remember. The opposite is forget. Calm. The opposite is excite. Positive. The opposite is negative. Dangerous. The opposite is safe. Quiet. The opposite is loud. Clear. The opposite is unclear or vague. Fix. The opposite is remove or break. Real. The opposite is unreal or imaginary. Mistake. The opposite is right or correct. Gain. The opposite is loss. Confidence. The opposite is diffidence. Ability. The opposite is inability. Always. The opposite is never. Hope. The opposite is despair. Now let's discuss about the topic sentence, supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence. Can you find them out in the passage? I hope you can. As I explained earlier, the first sentence is the topic sentence. The sentence that starts with, "Whenever I remember my experience in flight school, I think of my instructor because he taught me how to fly a jet," is the topic sentence. The last sentence is the concluding sentence, which is, "He was a special person in my life, and I hope that someday I will see him again and thank him for helping me to realize my dream of flying solo and becoming a real pilot." The sentences that follow the topic sentence till the concluding sentence are the supporting sentences. The supporting sentences explain, give more information, and supporting ideas and details about the topic sentence. The supporting sentences in this passage is, "This was a positive characteristic because he had to teach students not to panic in a dangerous situation. For example, one time, I made a big mistake while we were flying in the clouds. Most instructors would take control and fix the situation, but not Iceman. He just gave instructions to fix the problem. I corrected the mistake and gained confidence in my abilities." These sentences are the supporting sentences, which gives further idea about the topic sentence. B. Answer the questions about the paragraph above. Give reasons for your answers. Do you have a similar experience of having had a nice teacher or lecturer, an inspiring role model, or an interesting personality who inspired you or gave you any valuable lessons for your life? If you do, why don't you share that with the class? Practice by writing at least 10 sentences sharing your experience. Your time starts now. Do you know anything about a coconut tree? Have you ever seen the coconut tree on the TV or internet? Well, whether you know or not, let me tell you. It looks similar to the date or palm tree. It's very tall, around 70 feet or so. Coconut water is very tasty and has plenty of health benefits. Exercise 3. The coconut tree. When I was a boy and first learning about the world, I took a big risk. I was playing in the yard outside of my family's house with my friends. It was a hot day, and we were resting in the shady side of our house. One of my friends dared me to climb the coconut tree in our yard. I looked at the tree. It was mature and very tall, but a little bit curved. I had seen men climbing these trees, and it looked easy, but I had never tried before. I wanted to show my courage, so I said I would. The tree was scratchy, but I found places for my feet and hands, and soon I was near the top. But then the tree began to move in the breeze. Suddenly, I fell. There was a great pain in my arm. My friends ran to tell my mother. She took me to the hospital. I had a broken arm, and one of my ribs was broken. I felt bad for a long time after that. The worst part was that every day I had to walk past the coconut tree and remember my foolish risk. Let's discuss about the topic sentence, supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence. Since we've already practiced this before, I hope this will be much easier right now. Can you find out where they are in this passage? I hope you can. As I explained earlier, the first sentence is the topic sentence. The sentence that starts with, "When I was a boy and first learning about the world, I took a big risk." This sentence is the topic sentence. The last sentence is the concluding sentence. The worst part was that every day I had to walk past the coconut tree and remember my foolish risk. This sentence concludes the entire paragraph. The sentences that follow the topic sentence till the concluding sentence are the supporting sentences. As mentioned, they explain, give more information, and supporting ideas and details about the topic sentence. The supporting sentences in this paragraph are, I was playing in the yard outside of my family's house with my friends. It was a hot day and we were resting in the shady side of our house. One of my friends dared me to climb the coconut tree in our yard. I looked at the tree. It was mature and very tall, but a little bit curved. I had seen men climbing these trees, and it looked easy, but I had never tried before. I wanted to show my courage, so I said I could. The tree was scratchy, but I found places for my feet and hands, and soon I was near the top. But then the tree began to move in the breeze. Suddenly I fell. There was a great pain in my arm. My friends ran to tell my mother. She took me to the hospital. I had a broken arm and one of my ribs was broken. I felt bad for a long time after that. These sentences are the supporting sentences because it gives more information and details about the topic sentence. Exercise 4. Examining the student paragraph. A. Examine the paragraph by responding to the questions and statements below. B. Respond to the paragraph by answering the following questions. Have you ever done something risky in your life? What did you do? When, where, why, and how did you do it? Please share your experience with the rest of your class by writing at least 10 sentences. Your time starts now. Rhetorical focus. The topic sentence. An effective paragraph contains a good topic sentence. A successful topic sentence has the following features. It introduces the topic, or what the paragraph will be about. It also contains an idea or opinion about the topic. This idea is called a controlling idea. Certain types of insects can benefit a garden. The topic sentence must not be a simple fact or detail. Instead, it must contain a specific idea. The idea or opinion must not be too general, or the topic sentence will be unclear. There are approximately 4,000 chemicals in cigarette smoke. This is a fact, not a topic sentence. Smoking is bad. This is an idea. It's too general for a topic sentence. Smoking advertisements have a harmful influence on children. This is a specific idea. The topic sentence usually appears as the first or second sentence of a paragraph. Here is the second sentence. Have you ever noticed that closets are getting bigger and rooms are getting smaller? Changes in popular culture can be seen in changes to the typical family home. The topic sentence implies the purpose of the paragraph: to explain, narrate, compare, describe, explain causes or effects, demonstrate, argue, or provide the steps in a process. My sister's personality is completely different from mine. This shows comparison. Smoking results in thousands of smoking-related deaths each year. This tells cause and effect. Exercise 5. Identifying topics and controlling ideas. Circle the topic and underline the controlling idea in the topic sentences below. Exercise 6. Identifying purpose in topic sentences. Identify the purpose of the paragraph that follows logically from each topic sentence below. Exercise 7. Predicting paragraphs from controlling ideas. Circle the topic and underline the controlling idea of each topic sentence below. Then, with a partner, predict what the rest of the paragraph will discuss. Exercise 8. Identifying effective topic sentences. Read each pair of sentences. Write TS next to the sentence that is more effective. Be prepared to explain your choice. Exercise 9. Writing effective topic sentences. For each question, choose 2 of the purposes below and write a topic sentence for each. Writing Process Part 2: Unity and Coherence. Rhetorical Focus. Unity within a paragraph. Effective writing must have unity. A paragraph has unity when all the sentences support one single idea. The paragraph must have one controlling idea in the topic sentence. Otherwise, the paragraph loses focus. The supporting sentences must support, demonstrate, prove, or develop the main idea in the topic sentence. If they do not, they will be irrelevant or off-topic and destroy the unity of the paragraph. The concluding sentence should restate the idea in the topic sentence to reinforce the main idea for the reader. Unit 1, page number 9. Exercise 1. Stories of Nepal. My mother grew up in a creative and interesting family in Nepal. Her father was an astronomer who worked for the king of Nepal. Very often, my grandfather would take my mother to work with him so she could look through a telescope and see the planets and stars. Then she would play in the planetarium until her older brother came to pick her up. On the walk home, her brother would tell her stories. Sometimes he would point to someone on the street or standing in a doorway and begin a new story about the person. My grandmother was also interesting. She liked to paint portraits of children. She painted many beautiful portraits of my mother, although my mother said it was difficult to sit still. After my mother left Nepal, she studied computer programming in Wisconsin. I love to remember my mother's stories, and now I enjoy telling my own daughter about her grandmother's life in Nepal. Can you see the picture of the world map on the screen? It's not the whole world, just a part of it. Can you see Saudi Arabia? It's right there on the left. So are so many other countries. Can you figure out where the country Nepal lies? Exercise 2. Examining the student paragraph for unity. Examine the organization of the paragraph by responding to the following questions and statements. Then, compare your answers with a partner. Exercise 3. Recognizing unity in supporting sentences. Read the following topic sentences. Put a check next to each sentence below that supports the topic sentence. Unit 1, page 11. Exercise 4. Editing for Unity. I love to watch the pelicans in Galveston. I usually go in the winter. The weather is not warm enough for swimming, so I usually do not see many people on the beach. Pelicans are not elegant, but they are interesting to watch. They remind me of prehistoric birds from my school textbook on dinosaurs. I studied dinosaurs a lot when I was young, and I'm very fond of them. The pelicans have large grayish-brown wings that bend sharply when they're flying, and their beaks are long, so their faces look peculiar and old. My brother also really likes pelicans. They are also graceful in their own way. A flock of pelicans will fly along the coastline just outside the waves, and when they see a good fishing spot, they stop, then turn, and dive straight down into the water. Sometimes there is an oil rig or a cargo ship in the water too. Sometimes several pelicans will fish in the same spot for a while before moving down the beach and out of sight. Exercise 5. Developing Unity. Write 2 or 3 supporting sentences for each of the following topic sentences. Then, exchange books with a partner and check your partner's sentences for unity. Rhetorical focus. Coherence in a paragraph. Coherence in a paragraph means that the ideas have a logical flow. The relationship between the sentences is clear, and one idea connects to the next. One way to achieve coherence in a paragraph is to use a pattern of organization, such as time order, spatial order, or order of importance. To use time order, tell what happened first, next, and last. Spatial order is useful for describing items from top to bottom or from side to side. Paragraphs organized by order of importance might give the most important ideas first or leave them for last. Exercise 6. Reading a student paragraph. Important rules for acting on stage. For people who would like to act in the theater, there are several important rules to remember. One rule is to make sure you face your audience when you are on stage. If you turn away from the audience, they cannot see your facial expressions. The next rule is that you must make sure that you speak loudly enough. If your audience has difficulty hearing you, they will quickly lose interest. Another important point is to memorize your lines. Rehearse them often, on the train, in the mirror, or while you are walking to class, so that you remember them. Perhaps the most important rule of all is to remain calm on stage if you forget your lines. Don't panic and stop speaking because the audience will notice. Instead, Make up something to say until you remember your next line. As long as you continue speaking and appear relaxed, the audience will probably not realize that you have made a mistake. In conclusion, following these rules will help ensure a successful stage performance. Exercise 7. Examining the student paragraph for coherence. Examine the organization of the paragraph by responding to the questions and statements below. Then, compare your answers with a partner. Exercise 8. Reordering for coherence. Read the sentences from a narrative paragraph. Some of the sentences are out of order. Number the sentences 1 to 10 to show logical time order. Then, compare your answers with a partner. Unit 1. Writing Process Part 3. From Paragraph to Short Essay. Page number 15. Rhetorical Focus. The paragraph and the short essay. A short essay is longer than a paragraph, but like a paragraph, it has three basic parts: an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Introduction. The introductory paragraph is the first paragraph of a short essay. It contains a topic sentence and thesis statement. Body paragraphs. A short essay has at least one or two body paragraphs. These develop the idea presented in the introduction. Conclusion. The concluding paragraph is the final paragraph. It summarizes the ideas presented in the short essay. Compare the similar ways that a paragraph and a short essay function. In a paragraph, the topic sentence states the topic, whereas in the short essay, the introductory paragraph states the topic. In a paragraph, the topic sentence states the controlling idea. In a short essay, the thesis statement states the controlling idea. In a paragraph, the supporting sentences of the paragraph support the idea in the topic sentence, whereas in the short essay, the body paragraphs support the idea in the thesis statement. Each body paragraph has a topic sentence. In a paragraph, the concluding sentence summarizes the idea in the topic sentence. And in the short essay, the essay conclusion summarizes the idea in the thesis statement. I hope by now you know how to write a paragraph very well. Make sure to watch the video again and again till you become very confident in yourself. Pause the video and watch whichever parts you think you should improve in. To get more videos like this, Please subscribe to ITV Life Skills for You channel. Thank you and stay tuned.